Jay. We have Mr. Kenny Willits over there. I want to give a really quick shout out to Kenny. The logos that you see for the 365, Mr. Willits, he did the design of that, so give him a round of applause. That is the icon for the logo of our township, so we really highly appreciate that. So first, I just want to welcome everybody, our township council, our mayor. The BA is not here, but I know she is around. So I'm going to have Councilman Bianchini come up and speak. Give a welcome. Mayor. No, I'm sorry, Mayor. Forgive me.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, we got a beautiful day. Okay, so today we gather to celebrate something truly special. 180 years of Pemberton Township. 180 years of resilience, community, and a shared identity shaped by generations of people who chose to live, work, and raise families here. When Pemberton was founded back in 1846, few could have imagined the community it would become. Over the 2 centuries, this township has grown from a quiet settlement surrounded by rich pine forests into a proud, diverse, and vibrant place that blends natural beauty with deep-rooted local heritage. Our history is one of hard work and heart. Families who farmed the land, veterans and military families connected to nearby Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, educators who shaped our schools, and small business owners who laid the foundation for local commerce. All of them contributed a chapter to the Pemberton story. Yet our township is not defined only by its past, but by its spirit. The spirit of neighbors helping neighbors, volunteers who give their time, and community members who show up for one another in moments of celebration and moments of challenge. Today, as we honor 180 years, we also look forward. Our future is shaped by the very people at this event, by your ideas, your dedication, and your belief in what Pemberton can continue to be. A community where families feel rooted, where opportunity grows, and where every resident feels a sense of belonging. So here's to our history, which grounds us. Here's to our people who strengthen us. And here's to our future, which we build together. Thank you for being part of the celebration, and thank you for being a part of Pemberton Township's history. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, Mayor. And also, here we also have our council members. So if any of them would like to come up and speak, we would welcome you. Yes.
Thank you, Kendall. I'm not usually a public speaker. I didn't prepare a speech like the mayor did, but we got a beautiful day. You couldn't ask for a better day on March 10th than the weather we got here. You know, the gods looked down on us favorably, that's for sure. And so, but I'm glad the people that showed up. I want to thank the rec department, what they did to put this together. Kenny Willits, there's, like I say at the meetings, there's always a lot of behind the scenes people that you don't think about. Council and the mayor, we're just, pawns in this. It's the everyday people that work here, like the rec department, Kenny, a lot of the ladies behind the scenes at the main office, the historic trust. Thank you, Paulie, and all your group. Tom, I know you're here, and everybody else. America Phillips, there's a lot of people behind the scenes at the Historic Trust, and I hope this is just the kickoff to a lot of other great things that happen along in the 180-year anniversary. I know Kendall's going to let everybody know about the party that goes on later this week, but thanks for coming out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Any other councilman would like to have some words? Yes, sir.
Charles DeCharleroy, been a lifelong resident of Pemberton Township, and my family's been here for 1/3 of the time Pemberton has been in existence. My grandfather and his family moved here in 1961, one of the first houses in the Country Lakes development. So we've seen the times changing a lot, and just want to say that our family was a bit too passive for too long, didn't really get involved. Well, now it's time to build this town back up again, and we're going to make it better than ever before. It takes us getting involved. It takes a lot of work, and it takes determination. That's what comes from in here and in here and from up there. So united, we can make this a shining star in the state of New Jersey.
Councilman? Okay, thank you so much. Mayor, Councilman, thank you so much for your words. Now we are going to have from the Pemberton Historical Commission. I don't know your last name, Paulie, but come on up, Paulie.
Everybody knows you by Paulie.
All right. Thank you, everyone, again for being here. This is, as Harry said, an incredible day. We could not have asked for a better day today. And just to see everyone here is truly incredible. I'm not going to take too long because I know I was already starting to turn red myself. We didn't expect it to be this nice, and that's okay. I thought it's important to mention, Pemberton's history is deeply entwined with the celebration that we're going to be having this year for the American Revolution. Among our famous Pemberton people to serve in the Revolution, and we'll claim a couple of these Pemberton Borough people, are Colonel Thomas Reynolds, General Benjamin Lacy, and others. And I think it's important as well to mention the namesake of Pemberton Township, which is James Pemberton. James Pemberton was a Quaker. He was born August 23rd, 1723, and he was one of the leading Quakers in Philadelphia. Unfortunately for him, he was also a pacifist. So during the American Revolution, he ends up getting arrested and spending 8 months in Virginia with the 20 other Quakers. But James Pemberton has a really interesting history. He actually ends up becoming the first ever vice president to the Pennsylvania Abolition Society, which was the first and the main organization advocating for an end to slavery. The president of that organization, Benjamin Franklin. He ends up marrying a woman named Sarah Smith, who was the daughter of a man named Daniel Smith, who was one of the major owners of New Mills, which became Pemberton Borough. And because of that marriage and her untimely death, James Pemberton inherits much of the land that becomes Pemberton Borough. So we don't know exactly why they picked the name Pemberton, aside from these facts, but likely the reason that Pemberton is called Pemberton, it starts with Pemberton Borough in 1826, but we can forget them, is because James Pemberton owned the land. So we have this incredible history in our township that connects us to the founding fathers themselves, not to mention that there were also sometimes skirmishes in the town itself. There was one record, and I showed it to Tom, of a loyalist who got lost and went into Pemberton Borough, and along the way was actually killed by patriots in the town when he produced guns. So Pemberton Borough right here is the site of Revolutionary War skirmishes. That's a pretty cool history. And as some of the councilmen have said, the purpose of the Pemberton Township Historic Trust is to cover the history of the town, but to say that that history is not ending. It's not like our history was great and now we're not great. We are still great. And through the work of everyone here, Pemberton Township continues to have a great history and a great future. So thank you all again for being here, and look forward to seeing everyone the rest of the year.
Thank you, Paulie. Thank you. We do have residents here that have been here for a long time. Any residents want to say anything about their experience in Pemberton? Anybody? Anybody? There we go, Miss Phillips. Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody in general, and thank you for coming to our town celebration for our township. I came to Pemberton Township November 29, 1979. I was not able to get involved with the township at the time. I had my children, they were little. As they grow and I went to work in the workforce, As a state worker, I gotta be neutral. Was not able to come and join certain things. But the day I retire, November 1st, 2010, I made my commitment. When I leave those gates, I'm a free individual. I can attend all the meetings, I can go, do all my complaints, and work for the community. I've been done volunteer work since 2010. Doesn't matter, a lot of people say, how much you getting paid for? No, the money is not the answer. You want to work and help the community, work together as a team, because this is where it takes. And this is where we are today. I brought 3 or 4 books I purchased to different persons, and I'm interested, I'm reading about Pemberton and learning what is old Pemberton all about it. And I thank Paulie, I know that he's a historian, he knows more than I do, and he's a professor, and I thank him for having him in our historic trust. And thank you, and have a good day, everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips. All right, at our last council meeting, oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir, please. And I'm sorry, you are?
Joe. Hi, I'm Joe Abeg, and I'm running for county commissioner, but I'm not here for a political stunt. Anyway, every time I come by here, I'm reminded of these abandoned railroad tracks that run right by here. One of my grandfathers in Illinois, he enlisted in the Army in 1917 and became a doughboy, and apparently he trained at Fort Dix and then went to France. He has French ancestry and German ancestry. He could speak English, German, and French. So from all our understanding, he probably would have, as a 20-year-old from Illinois, he went right down where these tracks are here, went to Fort Dix, and then on his way to France, and he was climbing a barbed wire fence in France, and his buddy from Fort Dix was right behind him. Bullet went through his knee and killed his best friend from Fort Dix as he was climbing the fence. So then my grandfather ended up helping on an ambulance because he couldn't serve at the front anymore during World War I. So that's my history here, and I love this place. God bless you, and thank you for keeping this place up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So, yes, okay. Right, Millie, yes.
So, my name is Millie Tuches, and I am a resident here in Pemberton, in Browns Mills actually. But it's very interesting. My dad served in the Army, and he trained at Fort Dix in the early 60s. And it's so interesting because I feel that God brought me full circle back to here. Because we lived in New York. He met my mom, they moved to New York, we lived in the Bronx. It's amazing what a small world it is, because I was just going over some stuff with the mayor. We have so many, places in common in New York. But I say this because I've been here for 23 years, and I just love that I feel that a higher power brought me back to Pemberton, brought me back to Browns Mills, brought me back to where we actually started, because that's where my father started his family. He met my mom. They started here in Pemberton. Yes, he moved away, but somehow I was brought here. And when I told him that, he was like, that is just amazing that would happen, that you're back exactly where we started. And so when we're grounded in a place, our heart's desire is to give back. Our heart's desire is to continue, right, in the place where we've been planted. It's a beautiful place. There's no denying it. There's so much beauty here. There's so much culture, so much history. And so our desire, our goal, our passion should be to continue to maintain what's already been established, to strengthen already what we have, and to work together. Together, we're a family. When we say Pemberton Township, we're saying the Pemberton Township family that all of us belong to. So I'm just very happy and excited to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Millie. I know the mayor, you have to go soon. All right, so our last council meeting, the mayor did read this proclamation in commemoration of the 180th. I'm going to read it really quick. And so, Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington County, State of New Jersey, proclamation celebrating the 180th anniversary of the Township of Pemberton, March 10th, 1846 through March 10th, 2026. Whereas the Township of Pemberton was officially established on March 10th, 1846 by an act of the New Jersey Legislature, marking the beginning of a proud and enduring municipal legacy. And whereas for 180 years, the Township of Pemberton has grown from its early agricultural and railroad roots into a vibrant and diverse community, rich in history, cultural, and natural beauty, and civic pride. And whereas generations of residents, business owners, civic leaders, volunteers, veterans, and public servants have contributed to the development, preservation, and progress of the township, shaping it into the community we proudly call home. And whereas the township's historic landmarks, including the historic Pemberton Railroad Station, and its treasured natural resources, such as Rancocas Creek and the surrounding Pinelands region, reflect the township's deep connection to its heritage and environment. And whereas the 180th anniversary provides an opportunity to honor the township's past, celebrate its present accomplishments, and inspire a shared vision for a strong, inclusive, and prosperous future for all its residents. And whereas the Township of Pemberton will commemorate this milestone throughout the year under the celebratory theme, Pemberton 180-365, recognizing the resilience, unity, and community spirit that has defined Pemberton since March 10th, 1846. So, as I'm being read, so on March 14th, which is this coming Saturday, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., we will be at the Country Lakes Firehouse. We're going to having a birthday celebration for the Township of Pemberton. It's going to be a festive environment, a festive, great old time. So at this moment, with any commemoration of any great significance, we are going to ring the bell 3 times in commemoration. Ladies? Yes. 1. All right, thank you, Justice. All right, so thank you. That actually concludes the outdoor portion, but we are going to facilitate Mr. Vesselman is going to facilitate a tour of the indoor of the railroad, but also we would like to also get a group picture with everybody if possible. Yes, ma'am. Good idea.